9 or something like that. But that was a rarity. Like, I don't know of any other kids that died of a gunshot, and that was like some playing with a gun when, like, you know, violence ensued and he got killed or whatever. Baltimore History Channel. And so when your generation came along, at 10 years old, y'all were more so in an environment where were more frequently losing their lives to violence, to gun violence and so forth. It was far more important that you kind of get it earlier than it was for my generation to get it early, you know. And that's because things were getting worse. By definition of that, things were getting worse, you know. So this lack of introspection. So I think it's what is at the crux of what I'm talking about. The lack of introspection is really what's undermining even those of us who are gifted, intelligent, you know. Smart kids doing dumb shit because they lack introspection. They lack the ability to really go into their own process and really think about, like, the shit they're thinking about, which is that's key to critical thinking. Like, to think about, like, you have an idea, but is it a good idea, or is it just a fucking idea? Did you really think about, like, what the far-reaching impact might be beyond what it is you want immediately? Like, you might get what you want immediately, but then you might also get what you don't want later on from the same exact action that got you what you wanted. And the lack of that in older people is a serious problem. What up, Jay, the CEO? Isaac Williams, 620. What's going on with you? Money Meech 525. Thanks for tapping in, Money Meech. White Flame said, my uncle said you rarely seen grown folks arguing. Well, it depends on where your uncle was from, because I come from the ghetto, like the actual ghetto. Harlem in the 60s was the fucking ghetto, and overrun with drugs and violence and every type of degradation you could think of. Ghetto tenement buildings from one end to the other. So people were unwell as a motherfucker.